Hello, so creative. Welcome. Today we'll be learning how to make this cowl top. Okay, so we'll need the basic measurement, which is the bust circumference, the full length of the blouse, the half length, the waist circumference, and then the hip circumference, your shoulder measurement, and all of that. Okay, so to get the chest line, we're going to divide the bust circumference by 6 plus 2.5. That gives the chest line. That is it, the chest line. So the half length measurement is what I've just put there, and then the full length of the blouse. Okay, so that's it. We'll just have to connect the lines right now. Just have to connect the lines with the ruler so you can see. Okay, that's the chest line, the half length, and the full length of the blouse. Okay. On the chest line, we are going to impute the shoulder measurement, which is your shoulder divided by 2. Okay. And then connect the line as well. The bust circumference divided by 4 is going to be marked on the chest line just as you've seen. So the bust circumference divide by 4, and then you put your allowance, which should be 1 inch. Your sewing allowance, yes. For the waist is going to be on the half length, which is your waist circumference divided by 4 plus your allowance. That's exactly what I'm doing there. And then the hip circumference divide by 4 plus your allowance as desired. I'm using 1 inch for this drafting. Then you connect the points. So that's it. On the chest line by angle 90 degree, as you can see, you take your tape by 1 inch upward and form the armhole curve. Okay, that's it. All right. And then on the hip line, just by the bottom, you come up by 1 and connect it so that it won't taper out when you sew. You have like a curve each. That's just what I've done there. On the neckline, we're using 4.5. That's 4.5. And then we'll come down for the shoulder sloping by 1 inch. So we're going to slope the shoulder as such. As the shoulder sloping. Okay, so width for the neck width will come in by 3 inches. So 4.5 by 3 inches. So with this, the back of the top, this is actually the back of the top. The back of the top is ready, so we're going to use this back of the top to actually cut the front of the top, which will give us our cowl neck. So I'm cutting through the points, cutting through the points. That's the neck, the back neckline. Okay, the armhole area. Okay, so that is the back of the top. That's the pattern for the back of the top. So I'm picking my fabric, which is Duchess fabric. I've already used the fabric, that's why it's like this. So I'm supposed to have kept it like a normal fabric to cut, but I don't want to cut it like this because I need it to be free, fluidy kind of. So I'm keeping it in a bias form. That is, I'm folding it like a triangle to cut. Okay, that's the bias form. And so for me to cut the front, fold it like as a triangle and then flip over like you've seen from the triangle point. That will become like my facing for my neckline. So I'll bring in my back pattern. Have you seen that? So that will become my facing for my pattern. Okay, so I'm bringing in my back pattern to get the front. Okay, remember I said you fold it in a bias form or triangle form. In this case, that's how we're going to cut the top so that cowl would be free. It won't hang on you, it will just flow along. So I've placed it. I'm taking it away. Depends on how you want the neck to be wide. I've shifted mine by, I think that's 8 inches, and then placed it like this. You can see that the tip of that hem is close to the fabric, and this other side just has to shift away so that I can get it. So going by that, the length of the front, I'm going to increase it a bit by 1.5, because my front half length is actually longer than my back half length because of my bust area. So I'm increasing the front length by 1.5. That's just what I'm doing there so that it will balance properly. And then um the pattern is ready. I'll just cut along. Okay, so it's time to cut out, follow through my back pattern. Okay, that's it. By that 1.5 inch that I joined to the front, I'm cutting through to meet at the edge of the paper, and then I'm just following that edge of the paper to cut through. Okay, that's it. Just following that pattern to cut through. Same with the arm side area, just cutting through, and then the shoulder. So I will just stop at where the pattern, the paper stops for the cutting. The other side will not be cut open. So as you can see, that's just it. Stop there, and then the front pattern for our cowl top is ready. So I'll just leave this for you to see. The front pattern for our cowl top is ready. Okay, so at that point I have to measure my chest line on the back pattern. I want to impute that chest line measurement for the front pattern because the front was a bit, yeah, so the chest line measurement, that's the point. So I'm just going to cough in to have the same measurement so that it wouldn't come out so much on my shoulder line. Okay, so that's the front ch- chest line measurement. So I'll just cut through that point to have a good finish when I'm sewing. Okay, so the chest line for the front is normal now. I'm going to flip this over for you to see. So, well, to cut the back pattern right now, I'll still keep it in that triangle form to take out my pattern. So that's the bias form. Okay, so I'm keeping it here. mm-hmm. That's the back pattern that I want to cut out. All right, so we'll just arrange the fabric properly so that we can cut. Okay, it's a bit fluidy, so it has to be placed properly. So we'll just follow through this pattern and cut. That's just the thing for the back. We'll just follow through the pattern and cut it. Is that so? We're done with the back cutting, and then I bring the front and the back for you to see. So that's how it will be, the front and the back. So we'll join the shoulder. I'm going to post the sewing tutorial, but that's just the look. You can see that it's already dripping. So don't worry, in our next video I'll show you how to sew this together. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like and to share. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.